I feel like we've been here before, and it's because we have. But like looping your favorite song or replaying your favorite movie, it just never gets old. And as the waves upon waves of people scour the floor and look at the rows upon rows of tables, one has to ask themselves, what will we see today? What will we buy? Who will we run into? Well, let's find out right here and now. This video is brought to you by Canadian Comics, the host of this Vancouver comic and toy show event. Visit CanadianComics.net for all information about this collector show, as well as information about their business in buying and selling comic book runs and key issues dating all the way back to the Golden Age. The link is in the description below. One thing I'll mention as I pan the camera around to show off all the goodies here. While this event already has its usual 225 table capacity spanning over 20,000 square feet, this show is yet to expand in spring of 2023. What I mean by that is that the dividing wall partition at the back behind the row of guest artists will be taken down at the next event, giving us more floor space to use and turn it into an event with over 300 tables. And even considering all that, it has been recently announced that this event will run all weekend and be a 2-day event with the upcoming spring show. So even as excited as we all get in seeing toys, comics, games, props, and just endless amounts of pop culture collectibles, things are about to ramp up. I'm quite proud to see this, knowing that the event has been going on since its previous venue location that started back in 2014. I first attended one of these in 2016 and saw the transition of this show to the very large P&E forum that it is in now. And now that we're seeing an even further expansion, it feels like the sky is the limit for us fans and collectors here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Per usual, vendors have come in from all over the place. There's lots of familiar names within our greater Vancouver area, and some have driven down from the BC interior region just a few hours northeast. A bunch of others have hopped onto the ferry from Vancouver Island to travel and be with us here today. Still, many more have crossed the border from the Washington State region to attend this wild and adventurous day of hunting. All that considered though, what can I really say that can do justice to this sort of mega-sized collecting adventure? So you know what, I'll just pipe down for a bit and let you enjoy the visuals. I've got my booth set up per usual, which took quite a bit of time to scramble to put it all together in the morning. One thing I will be looking forward to when we transition to a 2-day show will be the increased amount of time we will have to set up a booth like this, since it does take quite a bit of effort for me and my friends. Having said that, you can see that I do put a lot of passion into this, just like I do with my videos. There are a ton of fine guests here as well, be it voice actors, authors, artists, and more. Not to mention some talented cosplayers. Now there's no way to mention all of them, but I will say again that you can visit CanadianComics.net at any time to see their archive of past guests so that you will know the caliber of talent that they were able to assemble for events like this. Walking through the show, there's just never enough time. You can find something on your first loop, take a bit of a break, take a second loop, then find something you missed the first time, then do the same on the third lap around the building, and repeat until you've spent all your money into an unthinkable level of guilt. But that's why I always say, make sure you save a little bit of cash for shows such as these. And speaking of doing a little spending, let me show you what I found for my own collection. There's this complete vintage Star Wars Kenner Wicket, who was one of the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi. I also got this complete Visionaries Leoric from my buddy Sam, who worked the Toy Traders booth this day. As well, I've got this complete M.A.S.K Bulldog with the driver, and this complete M.A.S.K Bullet, also with the driver, from my friends over at Cherry Bomb Toys. I also got these complete vintage small G.I. Joe playsets still with the box. I'll admit that aside from my haul, it was cool catching up with some old friends, as well as meeting people in person that I normally communicate with via social media. And as much as the internet gives us endless media content, there's nothing like getting an in-person experience like this from time to time. And before we sign off, I'd like to give thanks to my Patreon supporters and channel members whose names can be found in the description section of this video. Visit patreon.com/toyconnections if you're able to support this channel as I continue to show you my further adventures, or you can click the join button next to my channel name. With that, I'll leave you all with the anticipation of this show's upcoming expansion in the spring, where I remind you all that we wrap up to 2 full days of toys, comics, and collectibles, and more than 300 tables worth of fun containing everything that I just talked about. So basically what I'm saying is everything that you already saw here today is about to expand to even higher levels of enjoyment. Now, with that, if you enjoyed this video, please click on some of my other content here. Subscribe if you already haven't, press that like button to spread this video to more viewers, and share it with your friends. Otherwise, I will see you again soon with some more of my favorite toys. Thanks again, and take care.